Hello dear students. Today we are going to take a detail for class 10th biology, how do organisms reproduce part 2, that is birth control and sexually transmitted diseases. We will cover this topic under the synopsis. Firstly, we will go and take an introduction regarding contraceptions, birth control methods, sexually transmitted diseases and their prevention. So through the syllabus or synopsis, we will cover the next half of the chapter. So firstly, introduction to a contraception. As contraception is being defined as an intentional prevention of conception through the use of various devices, sexual practice, chemical drugs or a surgical procedure. Thus, you can say any device or act whose purpose is to prevent a woman from being pregnant can be considered as a contraceptive. Birth control is used to certain devices, drug, surgical procedures in both male and female just to prevent the conception. Birth control include a variety of devices and procedures by which the conception can be prevented. These methods can be implemented in both men and women. Out of the several methods, only few are reliable, and also the effectiveness depends on how carefully the method is being used. So it depends on the method, and now we will talk about some of the birth control mechanisms. The first, natural birth control. As in this method, the natural phenomena is being used. As we know, the natural birth methods include total, the continuous absences, and the rhythms method. The rhythm method involve no intercourse and get protected during the time when the woman is being fertile. So if a person do intercourse after the fertile period, definitely the woman cannot be pregnant, and a woman is fertile for the 9 days every month, during which she is likely to be conceived. So yes, if she avoid this period, she will not be conceived. The fertile period start 5 days before ovulation and continues for 3 days after the ovulation. So by keeping this track in mind or rhythms, one can control the birth. Now the second, barrier methods, hormonal methods, intra-uterine devices and the surgical methods are also being used to prevent the birth. Now one by one we will take the details. Firstly, the second method is the barrier method. Now in barrier method, what happens? This method used some of the physical barriers with a male and female reproductive system. So barrier put up between male and female sex cells, which will block the fusion of sperm and ovum together. So this prevention fertilization, and due to using these barriers, the fertilization events get prevented. So there will be no conceptions. Some barriers are given here which can be used in men and women. Some of the common devices, just like contraceptive sponges, diaphragm and female condom. These all devices can be used by female reproductive part, and male involve the use of condoms. They act as a physical barrier to prevent the fertilization. Along with them, some of the hormonal methods are also being used to prevent the birth. Hormonal method to control the birth, just like the hormone estrogen and progestin. Progestin only we use for maximum purpose. They are the safe and reliable ways to prevent the fertilization and pregnancy in woman's body. Hormonal method include some of the intrauterine devices just like seer, property, and also the injections and pills. Here the pills are given, just like Amaladi and other pills can be given. Vaginal rings are also been used to prevent the mechanisms, and also some skin patches, just like here the hormonal patches are being used. By using some of this hormonal treatment, one can control the birth. Along with the hormonal method, some intrauterine devices are being used. They act in both manner. One is just like a copper IUDs and hormonal IUDs. Basically, we used to divide intrauterine devices into two manners. One which release copper inside the uterus, which will prevent the sperm to reach towards the ovary. So the sperms get live during the uterus only. And other part where we can use the hormonal secretion with that. Progestin is released into the body just to prevent the ovulation. The formation of egg can be prevented in the female's body so that no ovulation will be done. Hence, the sperm and ovum will not fuse together. So, such type of intrauterine devices can be used to control the birth. On the other hand, some of the permanent treatments can be also used. They are the surgical methods by doing the small surgery in female and in male. In male and female, we used to do a surgical methods. They are the small surgery through which we can cut either the fallopian tube, either we can bind it, tie it, or we can cut it. And same we can use with the sperm duct, that is the vasa differentia. If we bind it or cut it, so by cutting or binding the oviduct or fallopian tube, or in male sperm duct or vas differentia by a surgical method. This surgical method has a term, just like in female we used to call it tubal ligation or tubectomy, and in male it is, as we are cutting the vas differentia, so it has named as vasectomy. So by using this surgical method, permanently we have cure for birth. And now some of the sexually transmitted diseases. As the infection of disease that are transmitted through the sexual intercourse are collectively called STD. In short, STD, it refers to sexually transmitted diseases. And you may use some alternate words also, just like venereal diseases or reproductive tract infections, or else the sexual transmitted infection. These are the synonymous terms which you can use. And commonly, the sexually transmitted diseases may be caused by bacteria, virus, protozoa, or by fungal also. The common diseases which are caused by bacteria are syphilis and gonorrhea. Syphilis and gonorrhea are the common diseases which are being caused by bacteria. And some of the chronic diseases are also there which are caused by virus. AIDS, hepatitis, genital herpes and genital warts. These are the few of the diseases which are caused by virus. And yes, of course, AIDS and hepatitis, these are the diseases which can be chronic also. And apart from them, protozoan nematodes, they act as an active parasite in the body. So yes, trichomoniasis and chlamydiasis are the active parasites which can be used to present onto the male and female reproductive part. And yes, of course, there are some fungal infections as well. So these are in common some of the sexually transmitted diseases and infections which are common in human body. We will not go in details here as the details are being given in 12th class. So here just a superficial study is given to you. And on to the next hand, just the prevention of STDs. How we prevent the sexually transmitted diseases. So there are some common principles. By using them or applying them, we can be safe from any of the infection and diseases. Just like for sexually transmitted diseases, by using the physical barriers during the coitus. For you can say a protective intercourse can be used. In early stage, if an infection is detected, so yes, without delaying, we need to go to a qualified doctor. And remember, only a qualified doctor, not to any local person. Okay? And the third and the important one is to maintain self hygiene. If we keep ourselves clean, definitely no infection can be arises. And if there is no infection, there will be no disease. All the diseases are lead to cause through the infection only. So, if we avoid the infections or we minimize the chances of infection, there will be no diseases. So, these are the best ways to prevent any of the sexually transmitted infections and diseases. Now, at last, we can conclude this thing by, as we have seen, birth control. The population has been a great problem for all over the world. So, by family planning, activities and important potential roles, so it acts as a potential part for health program directly towards improving the health of woman and child. So by leading or by following these mechanisms or things, we can have good health in women and child. Also, unsafe abortion are a significant cause. As we have seen, the maternal mortality rate has been increases in all the countries. So this can be also prevented. Greater control of reproduction would improve maternal and child health. So by reducing birth, we can do this, especially high party birth and by reducing the close space pregnancies as well. So effort to increase education, especially female literacy and to improve nutritional state may act synergetically with family planning and health services to improve maternal and child health. So this is the conclusion for birth control and yes, not to forget regarding the infections. So by using the hygienic procedures, we can be safe. So that's it. Here, the reproduction in organism part 2 get completed. Thank you.